And we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first quarterfinal of or our first quarterfinal of this Lego Hobbit restricted 90% tourney here. We're back straight from the match with Detra, Mega, and Mugen, and with me in the commentary booth is none other than Detra himself.
Hey there. Yeah, I'm Detra. I just ran. Um, I will be commentating together between we've got Jack and Julie right now. Very good runners, but Julikos beat me in last week's run. But that doesn't, of course, which has compared to the rest. But Julikos can definitely still get some and get an upset, but we will see how the
Yeah, sorry, seems to be some problems here. But yeah, anyway, while that gets sorted out, Jack and Julikos, you're both good to get into the ready position for starting the run. Looks like Julikos is already ready, but yeah, Jack, whenever you get there, we'll just wait and then we'll go. Uh, Just to quickly address the elephant in the room, you can see that there's some splits already on the layout. Those are just test splits. They will go away, just not... Okay, Jack, you started without saving. You need to start with saves. I'm gonna let you fix that. And yeah, that's gonna go away in a bit, but that's just gonna stay there for a second. But yeah, Jack, if you just kindly start with saves, that'll be excellent. Um,
You asked me.
My liege, our king asks you to go and oversee.
okay. So it looks like both runners are in the position to get started, so I'll count them down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. And yeah, that's right. I hope you have your stuff sorted out. What do you think about this race? Like, who do you think has the best chances to win here?
obviously Jack has a way lower than Julikos. He has been a few weeks or even days,
Our king
um,
asks you to go and
mostly actually in
oversee
the
today's mining operation.
he's now down to I think like a 23
Built deep within the
compared to
the beauty
Julikos
is
25,
the city's legend.
which is now even slower than mine. So the huge favorite. With Jack also going for riskers. What Julikos will ask, but we will see.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just don't know. I think these runners have faced, yeah, these runners actually have faced each other before in this same scenario, in a 1v1 as we had an unfortunate incident. So I believe that match was really close uh between the two. So I'm expecting nothing less here today again. Uh Obviously, the start of the run, very straightforward here. About to go into our first trick, which is
Wealth lay in the
um,
in precious gems hewn from rock.
which is gem skip here, and I just want to correct my mistake here. Yes,
Stone.
the match I was actually referencing was not between Jack and Julikos. That was between uh, Julikos and Detra. My apologies, but hey, they are all here today, so I was half right. Anyway, both runners getting gem skip, very nice. Jack taking a slight lead with a more risky, I'd say, and definitely a faster setup for that trick. Going into the flute section here. Oh, that was a really nice push that Jack just did for on buffer there. Not really seen, haven't really seen that before, but that just might be me. Yeah, going into the gems here. It is nice that so far, obviously, there's not much variance that can happen in this level, but we will start seeing more and more deviations coming up with the very next room. They have to get through this mining section first, though. And looks like Jack completing the build without missing, without incorrectly clicking any of the pieces, just a small little time save. Julikos only missing or only clicking one incorrect one.
Down into the
The
dark.
kind of build you expect
And then
from
found it.
from this level runners here. It looks like Julikos had some troubles with the last gem here.
Come.
Jack will be taking a slight lead into barrier skip and getting it. Julikos barrier skip will okay on Jack taking a death after barrier skip. And Julikos getting barrier skip as well, so did make up some time. It's good to see. That is still pretty close.
Built that day.
And going into Golden now, Detra, do you know if either of these runners are gonna be going for one-player gold jumps?
I haven't seen any of the runners going for anything. As far as I know, Julikos hasn't been going for it. I'm not sure about Jack, but does not seem like it. Jack is gonna get the body up with both players, and Julikos. I think actually Julikos is going for it. Let's see.
Yeah, it does seem like it. And does get the jumps. Let's see if he gets the out of bounds door. Nice, he does get it. So I do believe he made up time in that gold room. That's what it looks like on our end. And I don't, this is not a Greatest Kingdom that I think either of the runners are like super happy about. Oh, Jack with a 533 actually. That's better than I thought. So never mind. Maybe Jack is happy with that. I just remember that he took that unfortunate death after barrier skip, and that's what kind of made me think that it was gonna be worse than it actually was. But Julikos with a 541. So I mean that's also pretty good, even though he had that little mishap in the mining room onto bush launch.
Yeah, Julikos will definitely not be too unhappy with that time. A 541 is pretty good for his caliber. We can see now Jack going for bush launch and gets it first try. Now we'll go for the hovers from the top though, which I think loses time because you have to do one more hover. Actually, no,
Well,
okay.
that was 2 hovers. Yeah, I mean that was as little as you can go for. And Julikos missing it first try and missing its second try as well. So I mean Jack is this is like, obviously it's not that big of a lead, but this is the lead he is hoping for out of bush launch for sure. Julikos does get it 4th try, it seems, or maybe 5th, I'm not sure, but yeah, Jack is gonna be, I don't know how these runners are in the approach of whether they're watching the stream or not while they're running, but if Jack is watching the stream, he is gonna be pretty happy to see the kind of lead that he has right now. At this level, in the top 8, every minor thing matters. This is no longer a matter of, you know, getting 2nd place twice while your opponent gets 3rd place, so you can qualify. This is a matter of winning. You need to win. And I think that's why it's gonna be really interesting, because these runners, I would say that they've gotten used to this kind of this ladder format, this get as many points as possible format, but now it's all about winning. There's no in between. There's no 2nd place. 2nd place is a loss. Obviously, this is a best of 3. So a loss is doesn't already mean you're out, but it does make it harder to win your match. Jack getting sign launch and dropping out, going into looking for proof.
We can see Julikos now also getting into the direction of sign launch, while Jack goes for the LFP jumps, only gets 1, but immediately goes for the 2nd one because he has a 2nd player already dropped out that is pretty much faster. And Julikos getting sign launch, also 1st try, which will not increase the lead too much for Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was really clean looking for proof jumps. I mean, the entire looking for proofs was actually for Jack. There's nothing that you can really... I mean, yeah, there's nothing that went even remotely bad. So I imagine he's very happy with that. Going to Necromancer. Juliko is struggling with the 2nd looking for proof jump for a bit, but it's fine. It's still gonna be alright for him. Going to the Necromancer.
Julikos did pick up a few studs with player 2, so he had to take a death there before ending the level. He took his time to shoot the magic thing at the top, so that will lose like maybe 2 seconds, but that isn't really the deal breaker here. Jack with the 1st room, now getting into the camera pan before we get to see the first birdless from Jack.
Yeah, and if you were watching the previous match that we just had, I was saying about like how this trick birdless is extremely important, and if you miss it, it's really detrimental to your run and your match here. It is a 1 try that saves minute 20. It can be backed up by another 1 try, and this room, if you miss both of them, is really long. And the pace we're seeing on screen actually is really deceiving, because it looks like Jack had some stream buffering issues, so it does seem like he's 40... He's actually 50 seconds ahead out of looking for proof, but it doesn't seem like that on stream. And looks like Jack took the safety bird, just in case he misses birdless, but he does get more than enough height, as he does do it correctly. And Julikos also seems to be in a good place for birdless here. We'll see if this works out. Okay, looks like we got a good time skip on Jack. We're back now with where he should be on the stream. Julikos does make it over for birdless. Looks like he took his sweet time on that trick, which is fair, you know, taking that extra little time to make sure you don't miscount and don't get enough height. Makes absolute sense.
Julikos also went for the on-screen variation of that trick. Well, he wasn't really right in front of Gandalf, but he was a bit to the side. We still... well, I really don't know if that really makes a difference, because I'm pretty sure that we had some discussion in the server if really the off-screen did something or did not, because some people said it did, some people said it didn't. But
Yeah.
maybe you know more about that.
Yeah, I can actually explain what that whole deal is about. So the off-screen does not change how the trick works. Doesn't make a difference. But if you do off-screen, Gandalf will automatically face the angle that he needs to face for the launch to work. So that's why people thought that off-screen makes it work. But if you don't do off-screen, you basically need to make sure Gandalf is facing the correct angle, which is like down left. Otherwise he'll just face down, which will not work. But yeah, what does matter on off-screen versus on-screen is that when you're sitting right by Gandalf on that trick, you need to wait longer, because you're basically closer to him, so you can shoot him earlier, so you need to wait longer. It's basically the same thing, but you're in a different position. In any case, they are now in the Sauron fight, which is completely scripted, 3-minute, nothing burger, but there is small optimizations with where they stand and how fast they can build the statues, how quickly they shoot them, and getting 0 studs, which you can actually see Jack doing right now. He got his player 1 down to 0 studs, and now he's getting player 2 to 0 studs. Just a small bit of time save. That's very, very useful to do.
The Hobbit is different from most games because on the status screen, normally, just in 1-1, you actually cannot skip the entire status screen. But in Hobbit, it actually saves time in every level if you can end it with 0 studs. So if we do it here in Necromancer and also later in the next level on the doorstep, we can save, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 seconds. But since this last part is just an auto-scroller or, well, a nothing burger, we can just do that for free and not get any time loss from it.
Yeah, exactly. First, it looks like Jack's stream has been buffering a fair bit, but I imagine he is about to build the last, actually he's just entering the last phase here, not just about to build the last one. Yeah, it looks like Julikos will be going into the last phase right now as well. Oh, Jack actually... Okay, we actually see that Jack's Necromancer split is already shown up on stream. So we're a bit behind. So they're not as close as it looks. But I would say the way we have it on stream right now makes it a little bit more entertaining, as they're both in a pretty similar place, even though their paces are actually pretty far from each other. And Jack did get 0 studs. Okay, looks like we're back on track with him. Maybe. Did get Icicle launch.
1503 exit for Jack is really the position he wants to be in right now. Because Julikos, I don't think that Julikos can actually match these paces. I'm kinda on the same level as Julikos, and my best pace maybe was like 16, 13 or something. So Jack is basically like over a minute ahead of the best time that Julikos is consistently able to achieve. We can see now Julikos actually with a 16:07, which is pretty good actually, but still it's over a minute of deficit for Julikos. As we can see, Julikos also goes for the casual strat, not for icicle launch, just like in the former race that he has done. And Jack going for statue launch, miss it once, miss it twice, and gets it on the third try.
Yeah, and this is actually huge for Jack here because the strat that Julikos is doing, I believe, loses 50 to icicle launch. And also, Jack, he was 2 seconds ahead of his PB exiting Necromancer, it seemed. Unless his PB on speedrun.com is wrong, which I don't know if it is, then he was 2 seconds ahead. We'll see what it is after on the doorstep, but I mean, okay, looks like he is 20 seconds behind now. But no, I mean that's a huge pace to be on, especially in the first race here.
The last light of Durin's death.
Going into the last level, while Julikos is gonna go for statue launch in a second here.
Yeah, Julikos didn't really struggle with fast OTD this time. Oh, but he does die on that jump. That
Oh,
one can
that is
really
bad.
cost you.
That's bad because you don't have your buddy with you if you die right there. Now he needs to do the one-player strat here. It's really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, this first race, Jack has just been dominating so far. I mean, we'll see how his inside information goes, but so far not even giving Julikos the breathing room here.
Fall utterly short of your enormity, O
Going into statue skip. Oh, unfortunately dies. Yeah, like these small mistakes is what Julikos needs Jack to do right now in order to be able to have a chance at still winning this, but we'll see, we'll see. Just about to finish on the doorstep on his side.
We also saw Julikos not botting up normally. He got the normal horizontal body up, so he would have gone for tree launch. But apparently his consistency is just not high enough on tree launch, so he bodied up again until he got the vertical body up and went for the backup on the right side, which is his preference. It does lose some time to tree launch, especially of course if you get the normal horizontal body up first try. So, a bit strange, but anyways, we can see Jack now going into Chandelier skip after this cutscene pen skip that he did in the layer before.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if we don't really know how it works, like specifically. You just have to take a death at a very specific time before entering a camera pan, and that makes it so a different camera pan gets skipped for some reason. Jack did fall off the edge there, but that didn't really matter. It only lost him like a couple seconds. Yeah, they are in the same room again, but this is a long room. So yeah, Julikos is gonna need to work really hard, and gonna need to make Jack, gonna have to prey on Jack making quite a few mistakes from this point to be able to win this first race. Obviously, this is a best of 3, so he still has potentially two more races where he can come out on top. But I would say the first race is really important because it's nice to have that win right away in a best of 3. But you know, everything can happen.
You have no equal on this earth.
I mean, definitely everything can happen. We saw that in week 1 with Laser. Laser was in, I think, the second round of week 1, where he had a disaster, really, with coming in first in the first race, which was pretty good there. But then in the second one, he got a game crash on the entry to OT, to LFP, looking for proof. So he had to do the entire hub section again, which lost a lot of time. And then in the next one, in the next wrong race, he missed gem skip, which lost him over like 1.5 minutes, I think. So that was a huge time loss. We can see Julikos here, by the way, going for toast slide. Since he's behind that much, he can definitely go for a risky strat like this. He does get down, but unfortunately he gets into the spot where he dies to the gold at the bottom.
Yeah, and that might have solidified it. I mean, yeah, he got the roll. He got it twice and then just died in the kill plane. Okay, just opts to not go for it. Yeah, that's that I would say that just lost him about 30 seconds there. Not what he and okay, Jack actually breaks the wrong box for Lowe's launch, so we'll see what happens now. I have never seen this setup for this launch. I don't know if this is a thing that works. Oh, okay, he's going for a spin launch, it seems. Or I don't know what he's doing, but I mean, if there is anything Julikos needs, this is it. This is what needs to happen to Jack for Julikos to have a chance at winning this. Okay, Jack seems to go for a different launch now, the one that I'm more familiar with that I know exists. Getting the wrong body up twice. Okay, does get it. So this is not gonna be quite the near PB pace run that he had exiting Necromancer. But this is still an alright pace. Looks like he takes his time to switch to the characters for some reason. And yeah, I mean, there's one more trick for Jack, and that is the appropriately named Jack launch. In the last room, and that's the only thing that can go wrong for Jack at this point, so... And Julikos is like 2 minutes behind, maybe even more. I don't know my timings here. So this is the most difficult situation you can be in on Julikos' side here.
This, of course, also will put a lot of pressure onto Julikos in the second race, because that is a must-win race for him, because if he loses that, he will be eliminated at 5th place, I think, tied with all the other quarterfinals eliminations. He does get the box launch first try, and now we can see Jack going for Jack launch.
Yeah, did not get the correct body up the first time. Second time just didn't get the body. Okay, well, looks like the Jack launch curse is upon us today for all the runners. Okay, he's taking Pax's advice, switching to Dory. Doesn't seem like that copium is gonna work though. Yeah, either not getting the correct body up or just not getting bodied up on the horizontal one. Basically, if you see that Dory or player 1 is not moving, that means he's getting the incorrect body up. And if you see that he is moving, like he starts facing towards the camera, that means he gets the correct body up. But sometimes that is still just not gonna work. Okay, but he does get it now. After a good minute. And he definitely will be winning this first race of this match with 25-28. And Julikos is about half a room behind.
Julikos will just be playing this out now. I don't think he will be able to beat Jack anymore now. But he can definitely use the Jack launch practice for now. You know, maybe stuff happens again to Jack. I mean, today has really not been the day for Jack launch. Or well, let's say the time to shine for Jack launch, because it did. We saw a lot of misses and long misses from the other runners in the last run.
Julikos gets Jack launch first try. The double keyboard supremacy on that trick is clearly showing. Gonna be finishing with a time of... I don't know, but we'll get that on screen in a second. Gonna undeafen them. Oh, with 26-28, so exactly a minute slower than Jack. Pretty close first race, all things considered. So Jack with the winning the first race. Now the second race, if Jack wins, that will be it. But if Julikos wins, then we're gonna be going into the third race. But for now, if the runners can get ready in the title screen, looks like Jack is already on the title screen. He has the bad title screen, so he has to start a bit earlier. We'll see what kind of title screen Julikos has in a second. But yeah, runners, you can basically start the cutscene right now and just alt tab when you're in the ready position. And while they're getting ready, Detra, do you think Julikos is...
Mine.
Is this gonna work out for Julikos here? What do you think?
You asked me once if I had told you everything there was to know about my adventures.
Okay, good talk.
Began long ago, in a land far away to
Probably
the
went
east,
to get a water or something.
there was the city of Dale.
In any case,
Peaceful.
looks like Jack is ready, at least on our screen. Julikos will be get ready in a second, so I'm gonna count them down again in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good luck again. All right, Tetra, I actually wanted to ask you a question, but I think you were gone for a second. Do you think Julikos has, like, how big of chance do you think Julikos has at the second race here?
I'm pretty bad at like giving percentages or something like that, but the chance is pretty slim for Julikos. I mean, of course, stuff can happen to Jack. Maybe he will miss jumps. Maybe he gets a game crash, which we only saw, I think, once in this tournament. Maybe he gets another Jack launch meltdown, just like we saw with who was it? Mega today. So no, wait.
A lot of runners had meltdowns today, so
Yeah. Everything can of course happen, but the chance is still pretty slim for Julikos. So he basically has to hope that Jack messes up something big in this race, or he will be eliminated. Because if Jack doesn't miss any like one tries or other big time saves, then Julikos just doesn't have any chance to really meet the pace of Jack.
yeah, I do kind of agree with that. Good thing to mention is that these runners are 2 minutes apart in PBs, with Jack having the better PB, obviously. However, I would not wage all odds against one runner or the other. I strongly think this can still be anyone's race and match. This game and this run is just, it's something else. It can really, sometimes it doesn't even matter what kind of PB you have. Everything can happen. Obviously, for Jack's sake, it's better than not much happens, but for Julikos' sake, everything has to happen to Jack that can happen for him to have a shot at making it out of the quarterfinal.
Of course, Jack also kind of has a veteran bonus, let's say, because he's been in this game or in this category for a long time. That's also, of course, why there's an entire launch named after him, because, well, he found that. So that was pretty early on, I think, in development of this run. And you can definitely see the veteran bonus, just the experience that Jack has, which allows him to get those micro optimizations in. Because I'm pretty sure that Julikos is new to this run from this tournament. So in theory he does have the newcomer bonus, which he can win, but Jack could just pull ahead right here in GKME and never give up the lead. But as he'd already said, anything can happen today.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree with what you're saying. Jack has been playing this game for a long time, and yeah, he's been very crucial to the development of the tricks in this game, in this run, as well as the other categories. I was gonna say something else as well, but yeah, he did get a barrier skip very clean. Julikos also getting it very clean. So no difference there. Some slight advantage to Jack here due to the cleaner miner room and something else before that, probably. Looks like I would say this is about the same delta. Actually, no, it's slightly bigger than what it was in the last race. Julikos having trouble building. Oh, and lost the hammer, actually, wow. Jack making his way through gold jumps. And I mean, yeah, just from this first level, this is already gonna be a pretty big... yeah, pretty big advantage to Jack. Julikos going for one-player gold jumps again. Getting the jumps correctly, getting the door correctly. I imagine he did save some milliseconds from that.
Not just a few milliseconds, Jack did miss the body up, I think, once, but it's still just a minor optimization for Julikos. But it's cool to see that strat implemented even in the race, because not many people actually do it, but I think it just increases the consistency, because many people just don't want to gamble once more for a 50-50 on the body ups.
Yeah, I mean, we actually don't know if it's a 50-50, but might as well be. There is a lot of experienced runners are saying, actually, it's just a hamster, that says that body ups are not random and they're like determined by multiple factors. But the problem with that is if it is a 50-50, it's difficult to determine if it's actually a 50-50 because it's equal odds every time. So no no amount of statistics will ever determine what the actual chance is. And we don't really have a way to look at the code. But in any way, they both got push launch first try, I believe. So that's at least a disaster avoided there for both. However, yeah, 20 seconds, 25 seconds difference between the runners is not what Julikos wanted for his survival race, pretty much. I mean, if this is his last chance to remain in the tournament, this race, if he doesn't win this, that is GG's. So the stakes cannot be higher for him right now.
Of course, Chikami is a really hard level, so it is expected, of course, of mostly new runners to lose quite some time there. But I mean, still, 25 seconds is just such a long time, even in like 5 minutes. But those are just those micro optimizations in every single room that we have, which not just all people pick up. And so we lose time in every single room to the better players, like, you know, Jack or Paxo, of course, the hamster. So a 527 is a really good GKME, and we can now see him go for the looking for proof jumps, which seem to go flawlessly for Jack.
Yeah, I mean, this looking for proofs was again gonna be really good for Jack. Julikos getting the sign launch, going into looking for proof right now. Getting the trigger first try.
The disturbance of the tombs of the Nine confirmed that
Opting to drop out, as that makes it a little bit easier. Now, I might be mistaken, but this exit from... This looking for proof exit from Jack might be the exact same he got in the last match. I'm actually gonna make sure if that's the case real quick. It's definitely really close. Let me see.
But again, even in this split, which is definitely quite a lot shorter than GKME, we can see even here 5 seconds of improvement over Julikos from Jack. So that just shows us that Jack might have the upper hand here. But, you know, the micro optimizations in the end don't really make a race. At the end, the big tricks, or well, the big misses make a race. So that can absolutely still happen with Jack. Here coming into one of the most crucial skips, here with Birdless. He gets into position and that looks pretty good, but he still goes safe with healing the first bird. So if it does miss Birdless, he has one bird less to do after. So that is just a safe way to guarantee that you don't have a huge time loss if you actually don't get it. But he does seem to get it on his first try with a high launch, of course, because that camera pan is quite a bit longer. Now also Julikos going for it, jumping into the runes, and that looks good. Once again going for this on-screen variation of the trick.
Yeah, I just want to say that Jack's exit from looking for proof here is actually 7 seconds faster than it was last race. So, actually, or was it 7 seconds slower? It was definitely 7-second difference. Hold on. In any way, it's still good. It's still very good. I think this is pivotal still for him. It's obviously his race to lose. He's currently ahead, and yeah, we did see that what you said, Detra. From he was healing the bird for birdless, or during birdless, just to make sure he doesn't lose a ton of time if he missed that, which is not something we see from him usually. So he's definitely aware of the fact that it's very crucial. He takes the second win home here. On the other hand, Julikos, we actually saw him not do the bird backup. He just committed to doing birdless and went for it pretty quick. He also knows that he needs to win to stay alive. And force the third match, or the third race of this match. Seems like they are exactly like one Azog face. There's a difference of one Azog phase in between these runners, which is not actually that much, but it is still. I would say it is about 30 seconds, so about what it was entering this level. I mean, yeah, here, pretty much the level is done, obviously. We still have this Sauron fight, but pretty much the delta here is gonna be what they are gonna be ending the level with. And yeah, I mean, I believe I will real quick check what the delta is. I believe it is exactly 35 seconds.
Yeah,
in
35, that would be another 5 seconds here in Necromancer. So you can definitely see Jack is really consistent with those micro optimizations. Taking 5 seconds in looking for proof, and also here in Necromancer, but you know, maybe he even has a fossil boss fight right here.
Yeah, Jack actually has been like improving the CG for this this boss fight here lately. I think there's some micro stuff that only he has been doing so far, or maybe he's just the best at doing it. I'm not sure. Yeah, in any case, this is definitely the level that is his like specialty, I'd say. So it makes sense that that delta is what it is. And yeah, I mean, Julikos, we have to keep in mind, Julikos is not doing Icicle Launch. Which is huge for Jack. I mean, yeah, Julikos needs a bad fast OTD, a bad launches inside information from Jack. That's what he needs right now. And I mean, Jack has just been showing that he's really consistent today, other than what happened with Jack launch at the very end of the last race. But I can very well see the fact that entering the last level will be in the same situation as we were in the last race, where, I mean, same situation as in delta-wise, we'll be seeing the very same delta as we saw last time. $15.05 exit. Let's
That's
see
a
how
pretty
good
good
that
exit,
is.
yeah. I'm pretty sure I also get only 16 exits here, so with a 15.05 almost reaching that 14 barrier, we can now see Jack going for Icicle Launch and getting the fast version with getting disconnected before actually launching off. So that saves just a bit of time from not having to exit the body up, and we can see now Julikos exiting the Necromancer behind by pretty much, yeah, exactly 35 seconds. And
Yeah.
he will be going for the casual strat, again not for Icicle Launch, which might now be just maybe a time loss too much for him.
Yeah, well, you say that while Jack is missing fast OTD 4 times and will not get it that time. I did want to say that Jack was 1505 is exactly what he gets in his PB. That's what Necromancer exit he gets in his PB. So I was gonna say this has a chance of PBing. Not anymore. It doesn't. Okay, it does get fast OTD like 6th try or something. But I mean, Julikos is already there. Had Julikos not, if Julikos went for Icicle Launch, which I know he never does, but if he did go for it, he would be ahead right now, which is actually insane. And Julikos gets fast OTD first try.
Now this is really interesting. Like, Julikos has caught up a lot by Jack just missing fast OTD. But Jack did get statue launch and will be going for tree launch, which Julikos does not do, as we saw in the last race. Jack struggling with it, getting it right there, and Julikos onto statue launch, doesn't get it on his first try. Also on his second, so that will lose even more time. And now he's just losing time to Jack in the statue launch, but I think he still will be saving time in this room. He almost changed his mind to go for the one-player strat, but well, luckily he didn't because he got it on the next try right here.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, that's just not good for him because pretty much what Jack lost to fast OTD, Julikos just lost to statue launch, so yeah, I mean, maybe he made up some couple seconds, but this is not enough. We definitely need a bad Jack launch from Jack or something really in inside information. Otherwise, this is just not gonna happen for Julikos.
The unaccessibly wealthy.
Oh, he's actually lost time to Jack's OTD quite a bit. That's surprising. I honestly, after I saw Jack's fast OTD, I was like sure Julikos would be able to make up some time there, but not in the end, it seems.
The tales and songs fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug.
The lead has now increased to, I think, 47 seconds. Jack here missing statue skip on his first try, but does get it on his second try. So 47 seconds sounds like a lot, but in II, a lot can happen in these launches. Julikos here not getting on the ladder immediately. I don't know if he misses a cycle here. He does not. Nice. He does dodge the dragon here, Smaug.
Yeah.
I come from under the hill.
Jack gonna be setting up for the camera pan skip.
Hills and over hills my path is led. And through the air, I am he who walks unseen. I am barrel rider, luck wearer, riddle maker.
That is interesting.
He did get it. I know Julikos missed that last race. I don't know if he actually goes for it. I imagine so. But I know he didn't get it. Will he go for toe slide? Will Jack go for toe slide? Well, we will find out after his stream unbuffers, but hope it doesn't take too long. Meanwhile, okay, looks like Julikos will be setting up for the carapan skip. Hopefully he does get it. Yeah, Jack did not go for toe slide, but yeah, the lead on screen will be a bit smaller than it actually is for a bit, but hopefully that gets sorted out.
Maybe, you know, now that Julikos is just behind by that much, he will be going for toe slide. I mean, I know he has been going for that in races, especially against me last week just. And he was, I think, pretty successful, but he doesn't go for it this time. So maybe he just hopes that Jack messes up something because he doesn't want to risk it now that he, in theory, of course, still has a big chance to take this race and force a game 3.
I was just saying, your reputation precedes you.
Yeah, that's honestly interesting how he didn't go for Toe Slide. I mean, I don't know how hard the trick is. I think it is pretty difficult. But I would think he would go for it. He would risk it to just get that small time save in every place he can, but I guess that's not his mentality. I mean, you can look at it from both sides of the coin. It can make sense to risk it for like a 5-second time save, but it also might make sense to not risk it for that time save and just play it safe, because that trick can lose you like, I believe a failed attempt loses like 10 to not doing it or something. So, well, it depends on how you miss it, but I think worst case.
Yeah, 10 seconds seems realistic. If you slide all the way to the bottom, that might even be more than 10, but not sure about that. The most time you just miss it because you didn't get the roll boost off of that ledge and don't land on the gold slope, let's say. Now we can see Jack going for the first launch, box launch, but no, we do have stream buffers again. Let's hope that the stream unbuffers. We do, and on our screen he did get it first try.
That is true. We'll see. He did make a mistake on Law's launch last time. Well, okay. Well, we will not see if he makes the same mistake again. I would hope not, given how Dwalin is positioned. Okay, there we go. Yeah, made sure to not make the same mistake. We're gonna have to excuse the stream buffering sometimes. We don't know why it's happening. Apparently it's not a problem on Jack's side, it's just a Twitch problem. But yeah, I mean, I think the delta on screen is a little bit misleading right now. I think they're actually... No, actually, this would make sense, given that Jack is already fighting the dragon.
Yeah, it did get unbuffered, but once again, we did have some lag frames, so that's again like 15 seconds more. And again, like Twitch right now is really not giving us anything great. But Julikos is getting the launches pretty fast, so that catches up to Jack a bit, I think, but not even sure because we did not see the launches from Jack because of Twitch, so thank you, Twitch.
No, I think he did. I don't think he made any time up to Jack. I think they both got the exact same launches. I mean, yeah, I hope we see Jack launch from Jack. We might not, honestly. Oh, yeah, we absolutely didn't. Okay, sick, thank you. I mean, that's a little bit anticlimactic, but GG's Jack, I guess. Seems to be a low 24-minute time. We'll see, or actually a 23-minute time. That is crazy. That's only, what, 30 seconds off of his PB?
Pretty much
20.
exactly 30,
No.
I think.
Wait, actually, I don't know if his SRC PB is correct. It might not be. But anyway, I mean, that's still huge. That is insane. And Jack will take this match home. Julikos will be finishing up with Jack launch here, but no matter what he does, it is over as Jack won 2 consecutive matches. So, there's just no way he can win this. It looks like Julikos does get Jack launch and finishes up with a time of what seems to be in the 25:16. So yeah, I mean, basically almost exactly the same difference as they had in the last race, but yeah, Jack does take it by quite a bit here. GG's to both runners here. GG's to Jack for qualifying to the or going up to the semi-final, I believe. That is huge for him, and GG's to Julikos for holding his own against such an esteemed runner. Yeah, very very nicely done from both. Very entertaining match. Detra, if you have any closing remarks, then you go ahead.
Sure, yeah. So Jack finished off with like 30 seconds behind. I think he did gold II as I saw on his splits, but I might be wrong with that. And Julikos finishing off with an 18-second PB, actually overtaking my PB from the race before by a single second. But that's still a pretty good time for Julikos to get out of this tournament. A good run from Julikos, definitely. He made it to week 3 and then got into top 8. And then, well, had to play against Jack, which wasn't really the fairest matchup, let's say. But that's just how it works here. But GG's to both runners. Good race. And we will see Jack again, I think this week. But thank you for watching, and we will see what we have coming up right here. The second quarterfinal we already have a time for. We have Flaming Laser against Gamer Olive. Pretty exciting match actually. These two have a way closer PB difference between themselves. So I think this could be more exciting than the race today between Julikos and Jack. That will be happening on the 17th of September at 6 p.m. EDT.
Yeah. And thank you for announcing all of that, Detra. And yeah, I didn't even realize GG's to Julikos for that PB. And yeah, I mean with that, I guess we'll see you all in the next match on that's on Wednesday. Yep. See you all then.